How is everybody doing? Philogene here again with podcast number 12. Hope you guys had a great week. Today is the 30th, believe it or not, the 30th of January 2021. Crazy. But we're here. So today, I just wanted to just come on here and just give you a current updates on travel, and let you all know what's going on in the world concerning on my end for all my meetings and all this kind of stuff with the new administration coming in, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, switching up a few things with requirements and everything, trying to get travel back up to speed and trying to reorganize because apparently it wasn't working at all. So now they're trying to get this sorted out. A lot of different updates happening across the world concerning things getting worse, unfortunately, in the Caribbean, certain islands. Very unfortunate, my island, St. Lucia. They're trying to get it on lockdown. So they're trying to figure out how to do certain things. They actually want to close the borders back down, but they have to do what they need to do. So today I'm just going to explain to you all, a little bit about what's going on my end concerning the emails that I'm getting and the meetings that I've been through. Cruisings being cancelled and stuff, so they push it back. So I'm going to talk a little bit about all of that in just a little bit. I want to be informative about it. I do want to take a second to say thank you to this week I had a call. I made a call to order some stuff, and I had a young man by the name of John that actually knew about the podcast, and he's been following us from day one. So John, thank you very much. You made my day. You made my day. Keep on going, man. It was a pleasure meeting you. It was a pleasure talking to you as well. Right? So I just want to take a time to just say hey to you. Thank you very much for that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and continue trying to inspire people, because that's why I do this, and to try and inform people so you all know what's going on in the world concerning travel, because I have a behind the scenes of what's going on. So I feel it's my right to be able to share it with you all. That's why I created the podcast. That's why I created the blog. Don't forget to check us out on our blog, on our website, www.islandvacays.com. ISLANDVACAS.com, right? So support us. We also have an online store there. For the people that have been supporting us on the online store, I got my packages coming through. Gonna have some giveaways and stuff soon. Just let stuff settle down and let's just figure out what we're doing first. So thank you very much. Thank you, John. Thank you. I was inspired as well from your words of wisdom. It was an absolute pleasure. Right? Okay, so we're going to start today with a bit of information on the airlines pushing back against possible COVID testing on domestic flights. So, as I said, domestic flights. So the airlines are not with the mandatory vaccination for COVID test on domestic flights. They're pushing back on that. That came across my desk and I was like, oh wow, that's pretty interesting right there. Airlines push back against possible COVID-19 tests on domestic flights. Let me see briefly what they said. Officials from several of the top airlines in the United States have said the possibility of mandating COVID-19 tests before domestic flights would cause major issues. According to the US Today, officials from American, JetBlue, Southwest, and other carriers have said they do not support requiring COVID virus tests before domestic flights, but they have no additional information on the possible actual coming to fruition. Right? So, they haven't said anything about international flights, but they said they are not supporting it. American Airlines, JetBlue, Southwest, and a few other carriers. There are many, many, many carriers. But for just America, they do not support it. I will put the link below so that you get more information on that. I mean, they say the concerns are aroused after the Center for Disease Control and Prevention officials, Dr. Marty Centron, announced Tuesday the organization was working with the U.S. President Joe Biden and his administration regarding the types of tests that would be required and where they would be administered. Right? So they're trying to figure this out, but the airlines are not supporting mandatory testing. That's locally, just within America, right? Domestic flights. So that's on our top of our list for, of course, podcast number 12, the greatest podcast. Right? Now, just to keep you all awake, still there with me, still there rocking everybody. Going on, moving along to the cruise lines. I know people are very excited about that. So was I, but we have some updates concerning that. With the numbers increasing and all what's going on and the change of administration and everything else, they're trying to figure out how to get testing going on as soon as possible. So worst case scenario, cruising resumes in July. For those that have been calling me and asking, yeah, it's pushed back again for July, right? Cruise goers and industry stakeholders have endured a waiting game since cruising stopped in March of last year, with restart dates being pushed back further and further amid COVID-19. Now on Wednesday, the world's second busiest cruise port announced when it believes cruising will be finally resuming. And at a January 27th Port Authority meeting, Port Canaveral Commissioner approved a revised budget, which assumes that passenger cruise ships operators won't resume until July. So that's some sad news to me. I like cruising. I'm sure you all like cruising too. But just to give you all an update, based on the busiest cruise port, which is Port Canaveral, everything, lots of that goes from there. That's another thing where Florida is where most cruises come, like sail out from. So it would be Port Canaveral and then Miami, right? And then they still have like Fort Lauderdale, and they still have like Jacksonville, Tampa. So there's a few ports. So we're not gonna start back cruising until July for right now. You could still call and book, and if you have a cruise book or you have cruise credit, we could push it back for you. I think Royal Caribbean has a deadline on something coming up on Sunday concerning pushing back. So you guys want to pay attention to your reservations you have booked already or you want to book, just to make sure you're keeping in requirements, because I'll give you a little bit more information on other stuff that's going on. But just to let you know, yep, cruising won't start not until July of 2021. All right, for now, that's the worst case scenario as far as most of the cruise lines and Port Canaveral predicted. Now, moving along, I mean, let's see what's going on to the country that's to the north of America. Let's see what's going on out there. So with Canada, some updates have come up with Canada. Canada imposes mandatory hotel quarantine ban, travel to Mexico and the Caribbean. So that's just one more country. So of course, America has the ban. They're coming up with a ban as well. They banned going to the Caribbean, St. Lucia. So as Europe has banned going to the Caribbean, Barbados, St. Lucia. Now Canada has joined in. Responding to new highly transmissive COVID-19 variants, Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, today announced tough end restrictions on both inbound and outbound travelers. Yep, so both inbound and outbound travelers, you're going to have restrictions for Canada. Most notably imposing a mandatory hotel quarantine on international visitors to Canada upon arrival. The discontinuing all airline service to Mexico and the Caribbean through April 30th. Yeah, we only just going into February, but Canada you'll ban till April to go to the Caribbean.